what's up, guys? Stay the Trader back again with another weekly review. This video is probably gonna be a little bit longer because it's it's a long week, trust me. This week felt like it had 10 days to all the stuff that happened this week, but ended the week. Last week I had my worst week ever. This week I had my best week ever, and I didn't even like chase anything or put like crazy size on anything. It was just the market was green, and I was if I'm up so much to where I can cushion myself, then I can increase my risk because I have other plays that I'm up 80% on. So that kind of lead into, and I started doing this back in October after I took the last big loss, saying, I need to structure my trades a little bit. So this week we had 5 green days in the market, so that led to a lot of the gains that I got this week because come Monday, I already had like $1,800 in my pocket Monday, and from there just cascade. All right, we'll go through that in a second. It's crazy. Bitcoin is over $40,000, and Wednesday I was looking to put some Mara trades on when Bitcoin was at like 35,000, and I said I wasn't gonna do it. But yeah, because I already had so much money, I was like, I don't want to have a bad play all week. But it's just kind of funny. So this is my IRA. Amazon earnings, nothing happened. So I walked away with the $200 for the month. So I put on a new Amazon spread for 1 month again for $300. So, it's a 1 month 10%. This is not even 10. This is what, 15% for 1 month. So right now the account is at 59 um 5900, and I deposited I think 4500 in there. So if all goes well, that becomes my money in a month. Amazon's at 33. I sold the 29.70 short and the 37 long, so I got $400 on the upside basically, and I got like $400 on each side. That's where I sit there, use my money I deposited to buy more shares, and premium I get, I use it to buy more shares. So I'm only using the $2,000 to work this account. Sorry, so that's the end of the IRA. 1 minute. For my account, I, with my losses last week, right? I sat down and, you have to say this is who you are, and the second you say that, you accept. And I consider myself to be a volume trader. That if I see opportunity, I'm gonna take them. As long as I maintain 65% of my margin with no puts in the money, right? That is basically where I put myself. If I have puts in the money, then I have to play defensive. That's just how I see it. So this is the rest. This is my week this week. This is what I have. I did. Let me see. So we started at 6 to 52. Yeah. So that's how much trade I had. I had basically, you can call it 50 trades just to make it good. We'll just say 50 trades. Ending this week with 5,700. Um, so I'm green $150 on the year. Hilarious, but that's how that is. So we look in the account to see what happened this week. I had This is actually a stock loss. I was doing something with Chewy. I thought something was gonna happen. It actually happened, but I was early, and I just revert back to selling options to get my money back because I'm a revenge guy like that. I'm not supposed to be doing it. And this was a put that I bought on Friday because the market was going down, and the market instantly reversed and laughed at me and took my 40 bucks. But I ended up cashing in a ton of puts that I sold. So I bought that one put for $40, sold a bunch of puts, and the market just reversed because I can't make money if I buy a put. It just doesn't work like that. I don't know why. The market hates me. So I lost that 40 bucks, but on Friday I made like $1,600 off cashing in all the puts I had. Uh so really this week, all the trades from right here, I don't I wouldn't have taken these off, but we had 5 green days, and I'm up 60, 70% on these. So, I just say, hey, just bank it and let's see how Monday goes. And I free up a bunch of margin. So, you know, the mindset is literally what drove this week of um just stick with your stocks, your thesis. I didn't hold anything to earnings, so I played a couple earnings run up where I felt the stocks were gonna run up in the earnings, so and I saw them started moving into it, so I played some earning run up, but I didn't take any earnings risk. So I took it off the day of earnings or um like at 12 o'clock because they had earnings that evening. Uh, with this being said, like there was tons of money because I was in DraftKings. The news came out, and I didn't go back in DraftKings until Friday, and I think the news came out about Kathy Woods and all that stuff on Tuesday maybe, and I didn't go back in, and I should have, but I wasn't. It wasn't in the range that I wanted, and I wanted to see how it trades now, and I feel like we can hold $60 for the most part unless you have a big market sell off. So that was there. There was a lot of plays that I could have went into to make more money, and I was still below like my 70% margin. Like my account is basically 65K, and the highest I peaked up was like 34,000. So like I still had like a $5,000 that I could have used and I didn't use. So that's why I said like it could have been a bigger week, but I'm thankful for what I got, and that's what it is. So I'm gonna just run through these and let you guys know, what was my mindset on each trade. So Apple, this was sold after their earnings. I saw they held the $30 level well. Me and Craig was talking about it, and he sold some 30s, and I only sold one because Apple's just a dog, man. I'm telling you the truth. Apple's just a dog, and this stock will just fall the second I sell a put, man. I just don't know. I have no luck with Apple at all. But it actually worked out fine. I ended up selling a second put on Monday, so I only had one. I ended up selling the second one on Monday, and then I turned around and cashed those out, and I made a decent money. So I sold another 130 for next week because I didn't want to sell two because Apple hates me, man. I swear. So I only sold one because I was just like, so this was for next week, and I was already up on Friday. I'm already up $70, so I just rolled up into 133s, and I closed that out because I don't want. I Majority of the stocks that I'm fine with holding them except Apple, man. The second I sell Apple, Apple tanks, the market tanks, and that's how it is. Here's another dog called AMD. Um, this is like my third time selling puts on AMD, and every time I sell a put on AMD, it's just pain you have to deal with because AMD just sells off. It's like Apple. APPS, this was a pretty good stock. I had a friend that did a lot of research on it and stuff. I liked it too. I just didn't want to go into it with size because it was a monthly contract I was trading. If this was a weekly contract, I would have probably sold three of these, but it was just a monthly contract, and you can see that I had 55s at one point. You know what I mean? Like, and it just kept spooking me out, so I just got out, and then I came back in, sold another one, made some more money. It's all good. Remember when the year started, I said I was gonna do ETFs, so I started messing with ARKK and TAN, and those things are like printing monies. Like if you can get something in the 120s for a buck 50, um, to me it's good money down there. You might have to sell it 2 weeks out, but it's good money. And I made my money off this week puts and next week puts already. So right now I have no position in ARKK because I want to dip. I don't want to sell a put over 130. So I have my levels that I want to trade under. So and plus I plan on moving out of this account soon. So I just said, you know what, I'm not gonna chase it. I'm not gonna go above 130. I just left it. Blink, I've been dodging this one for a while. No lie, I've been dodging it for a while. Like a lot of trades that I see on it, and I'm like, not gonna mess with it. And I finally said, you know what, it's time. So I put it in the basket. It paid pretty decent this week. And I already had next week trades, and they already blew out. And I already sold more trades for next week. So Blink is looking pretty good. CCIV, I got out of this one. They had some short seller. No, they were talking about a merger not going through with Lucid Motors, and I'm not down for that shit, man. And it's a monthly contract situation, so rolling this is just gonna be a pain. So it fell down. I was down like $50, and it came back up, and I was just like, we out. You know what I mean? We out. Chewy, as I said, I saw a big buyer on level two. That's in here during the day. I saw a big buyer at 102, push the stock up to 103. Let me click on Chewy so you guys can see. Um, so it was on this day right here where you can see the little things right there showing you I bought on this day. So there was a buyer at 102, push the stock up. I was like, okay, I'll buy it at 103 because I saw him there. Like this, they were trying to buy millions of shares. I saw him there, so I was like, okay, try to buy the stock. I bought it right here, as you can see the blue one, and it instantly sold off. And I was just like, okay, $300 is my max loss because I was looking for it to run up to 250 to 115. Okay, so since you did that, so then I got angry because I'm like, why did you do that when you could sell a put in the 90s and you don't even care? You know what I mean? Like, why am I trying to buy shares here? So I was just like, that's just not what you do. So don't do that. So I instantly went in and sold 295 puts, and I made what $75 off those. So that was good. Then I rolled up um, to the 95 puts for the next week, made money off those, sold some 100 puts for the other week, and I'm up on these. But I feel Chewy is gonna try and break all-time high. So I was thinking of either selling a 103 put for $1 or rolling my two puts up, bagging that. I think I'm up like maybe 100 and something dollars, right, that I have on this 100 put. Roll it up to 103 and collect more. I was thinking of doing one of those too, but either way, if we get to 115, I'll just take my money and just go. That is my plan for Chewy. So I end up basically getting my money back, so I'm flat on that stock. DoorDash, I had that put. I'm not gonna hold on to that too long because this is a very volatile stock. So I'm up 70%. I'm not gonna let it go back on me. That's just really my plan. Datadog treated me like a dog in the sense of, man, I thought this stock was gonna be selling off and all this stuff. Maybe it can't hold above 100. Man, this thing run to 115, man. Let me know that being scared is because see, I only had one put there and one put there, and I never rolled up when I saw the stock pushing up because I just said there's no way. But at the same time, I know when a stock goes against me, it will run forever. So that's what happened there. As I said, DraftKings, I only had I made like what basically $300 on DraftKings this week. But technically, if I followed DraftKings the way I wanted to without the Kathy Wood news, I think I would have made maybe like $600 off it this week. But it is what it is. You can't get them all. Facebook, we had our put on Facebook, cashed it in on Tuesday, and then I rolled into a put for next week, and I was able to cash in this put on Friday, making another month. So Facebook paid me decent this week. Fastly was one of the money bringers. I probably made like $800-900 off Fastly, somewhere around there. I don't know. But I took it off on Friday due to I should be out of this account or close to it by the end of next week. So I just said, you know what, they got earnings 2 weeks. I just lower the risk, and I'm probably not putting any more trades on that I think can test me. Fubo again. Fubo is the same thing as Blink. I don't want to overstay my welcome, so I just take whatever money I have and roll. GME put. I saw opportunity. It was decent money, so I was just like, you know what, this is not a bad risk right here because this is where the stock was trading in the $20 range before this whole crazy thing started. So I saw it. It was a decent opportunity, and it was just a one. I knew that if the next morning we open without a big gap down, this put is getting obliterated based on the amount of IV. And the next morning we opened flat, so we didn't even gap down or gap up. We just opened flat, and with us opening flat, it took like 100 IV out, and these were going for 50%. And me and Craig took that trade too. And I was telling him that, hey, if we open right here, these puts are gonna get murdered by half at least, and I'm just gonna cash out. Like I'm not gonna try and hold this. You know what I mean? Like we ain't about that. So I just cashed that out because that stock's super volatile, and I wasn't gonna sell anything. I don't need to be in this stock for a long time. So that was a thought there. Lemonade, I had this put. I liked it. It was good. It was a decent trade. But then this is where I got upset. I was supposed to sell one because there's a reason why I sold one there because this stock is super volatile. I was supposed to sell one of these, but I ended up selling two. I want to punch myself, but the trade's already executed. And I didn't see this. If I instantly saw it, I would have probably took it off and took the $20 loss. But I didn't see it until I was like, why am I down $200 on Lemonade? And I only got one. And then I saw that I had two of them. So yeah, I need to get punched there. Net has earnings next week. I sold one put. I sold these puts. I didn't follow it up because again, I didn't know we were gonna have this green of a week, and I'm following other stocks up when they're going up. So, and I didn't like net. I didn't like to be in net above 75, so I was just like, I'm not gonna follow this stock. I'm just gonna let it go. So I let it go. My next big winner of the week was Neo. Probably made 180, let's say 300. 550, 650. Yeah, so basically around $700 I made off Neo this week. Neo was pretty decent too. I had puts already, rolled up in the new puts, and just kept it in the $50 range. And I'll show you guys real quick what I look at. So you can see with Chewy, with me selling 95 puts, this is where the stock is, and I'm down here, right? So that's where I look to manage my risk at. And you can see the same thing with Neo. Like I'm selling 49 and 50 puts. I'm down here and the stock is up here. You know what I mean? So literally, I'm not saying it's not gonna happen, but unless the market has a big sell-off, it's just not gonna happen. And well, it still can happen, if the stock has bad news, but I try to keep myself below the moving average and below the area of consolidation because this stock is going to choose a direction, whether it goes up to 60 or it comes down, either one. So I just kept selling 50, 49, 50, 51, 52 puts. And I even had my puts for next week that did the same thing. And even if you look at Fastly, it's the same type of chart. Fastly, down here, I'm selling in the 95s below 100. I sold some 103s, and I'm really close to the action here, and that's partially why I took it off on Friday because I was just like, you know what, I'll just take this money and buy some Hennessy or something. So I just took Fastly off. I said I'm just reducing my size for next week, but I try to stay below the area of consolidation of where the stock is trading, just so it takes a sell off. Pinterest, they had blowout earnings. As I said, I'm not gonna hold this true earnings, even though I had the 55 put. Pin is at 85 now. They blew up on earnings. Made, but I was just not gonna play it. So I just took it off right before earnings, even though I was only at basically a little bit above 50% of what I made. RCL, I wasn't gonna follow this up. They have earnings next week, and RCL is. You see me got one contract on that lets you know my conviction on RCL. Snow was pretty good. I sold this put for I think 280, and I was able to buy it back at $40 on Tuesday. So I bought it back, and then I sold it 265 for next week. And yesterday, I saw I could make 80% of it if I buy it back at $65. Of course, I'm gonna take that. You know what I mean? Like that's what burned me in the past, trying to get 90% and stuff, being greedy. So I took that money and just chill. We talked about this buy put that if I want the market to go up, I just buy a put because I can never make money if I buy options. So that was a good investment. $46 to make, as I said, Friday I made like $1,700. That was a good investment. And then I bought it back for $3, and they charged me $1 commission, so I only got $2 back. So that is the skew that I hate with interactive brokers. They're not consistent with their fees, with their commissions. Tan, as I said, Tan been amazing this week, man. I made what like, oh man, one. Let me see, 350, 480, 580, 600, $700 off Tan this week. So Tan was pretty good. XPEV, and most of these Tans are for next week. Like that's what's crazy is I already drained out the puts for this week, and I had puts for next week down at the same level that I sold for this week, and the stock was above because I say I like to stay above the support, below the support, and the stock continued rising, so I was able to cash in those puts. XPEV, I sold a put on it. It did nothing. So it was just this was just straight up theta gains. The stock didn't move at all up, but it was slowly selling. So I was just like, you know what, man, we out. I'm not gonna hold this through the weekend, and this stock is doing this. So I was just like, I'm not gonna hold it to the weekend. This is $45, 4 days worth of lunch that right there. Cause yeah, $10 a day for lunch. Yeah, 4 days worth of lunch there. So going into next week, you can see my maintenance margin is at 23K. As I said, I'm just downsizing, trying to empty this account out. Um, what's funny is I'm green on everything, so technically I could just empty myself out here, but I want, I want some of this money, so I'll hold on to them. So we got Apple, AMD, got some blinks. I'm probably taking these off Monday. So if we open green on Monday, these blinks are gone. I'm taking those on Monday. Chewy, I will hold on to this because I feel Chewy's gonna break three. It's gonna break 115. It's currently at 111.50. So I think it's gonna break 115, and us being at a 10 delta, and this is 45. So by the time it gets to no, we're at a 7 delta. By the time it gets up there, 5 sevens 40. So this will be probably worth maybe $10, $15 if we get up there. So that's what I'm looking for on Chewy on Monday. DraftKings, I'm fine with holding this. Fubo, I'm making a run for this as soon as I hit like $50 for real. That's just what it is. Lemonade, 50%, 60%. I'm out. Looking for a pop on Monday, and I'm out of that. My Neos, I'm fine with holding these later in the week. Um, this is actually 2 weeks out. If I get 50% of this, I'm out, and my tans are 2 weeks out, and I'm not that worried about them. So come next weekend, I should have less positions because I don't plan on opening any positions unless it's something that looks really good and it's below support, and I'll open it. But that's all I got for this review. Yeah, this was a longer one, but just had a lot to go through. What was going on. Had a fun day talking to these CPAs and stuff about opening my LLCs, and they pissed me off because I'm military and my taxes are complicated because my state of residence is in Texas. I live in Connecticut. I don't get taxed in Connecticut for my military pay, but then my capital gains, they don't understand how to do it and all this stuff, and I gotta look the stuff up. So I'm like, well, I'm not paying you if I gotta look this shit up, and you can't figure this shit out. So I was just like, you know what, you out of here, bruh. So got rid of them, got my refund, and I'm just doing it myself because I can do my own research myself. It's just partially because at the end of the day, I'm lazy as fuck. So you know, if it comes to a point though, my laziness goes away if I need to do something myself. But most of the time, I'll just end up paying the shit. But if I'm paying for something and I think I'm getting subservice, then I might as well just research the shit and do it myself because at the end of the day, I like failing on me, right? I bet on me every day. So, I got rid of them and I say, you know what, I'll just do this myself. So, yeah, so that it is just doing a bunch of research and going through that. And, hopefully everything goes through the next 2 weeks. All right, stay green and hopefully you guys had a green week this week because this was a pretty good week for me. New record week. Yeah, I don't even know what to say, but yeah, hopefully you guys are green and see you guys next week.